Welcome back. Residents of Abuja, the nation's capital, can heave a sigh of relief as the National Space Research and Development Agency has allayed fears of an impending earthquake following the tremor that was felt in some parts of the nation's capital. Take a listen.
What I saw is boo! Both the house where I'm sleeping, I just get out.
Residents recall their shock and fear days after an earth tremor hit several parts of Abuja. When Channels Television visited some of the affected areas, it was hard to see evidence of the tremor on the buildings, but not on the residents.
People are living in fear, and meanwhile, most people are saying the earth is the earthquake or whatsoever, that it happened in Japan. There are so many lives we are lost there.
We don't know the root of it. We don't know the cause of that. We are fear because we don't know the cause. If we know the cause, then we have in mind that maybe it's a breakage of a stone that happened like that, or maybe they put bomb blast in a desert of Iraq. We'll be aware. But this one we are not aware. They only say that we should be in our house, that there's no cause for alarm, that we should not fear. So if something happened and you're aware of something that happened, then you have it in mind that so thing happened in a so place.
But we are praying, say let God save us, because we don't know why this thing is happening. We don't know. And we pray that let God give us let God help us, and let government look into this issue and find out the problem to solve.
The National Space Research and Development Agency call it an earthquake with a local magnitude of 3.0.
There are lessons to be learned from situations like this. Even though we still consider the fractures in Nigeria minor, but at least there's a need for us to increase the intensity of seismic stations to enable us do more studies and collaborate with the rest of the world. Up to now, we're all aware that it's still difficult to predict tremors and earthquakes, and we're all part of the global effort to study possibility of predicting it. Second, it is also of interest that we continue to receive expert advice that we don't locate major infrastructure like dams or rail line along those fractures.
Blasting activities, according to the experts, is not a major contributory factor, as Nigeria has had a history of tremors across the Federation.
In some places of the world, you see, they do this evaluation for them to ascertain how vulnerable that area is to people. What we have now, these are small compared to what developed world have. And then when you look at it, there are activities of 5 in other parts of the world, like California. They live with it. This one is less than 3, what we are getting. And if it is about 3, that means the one that is 4 is 10 times bigger. The one that is 5 is 100 times bigger. So you can imagine an activity that is 100 times bigger than what we have here, and people can feel it and get to their offices and just be talking about it, that this thing has happened. That means they have developed ways to live with it. So over time, we will also have to find a way of improving on our building such that some of these things will not necessarily constitute real menace to us.
Members of the Federal Executive Council were briefed on the development. Although there are assurances that there is no cause for alarm, the Council wants a deeper probe of the incidents.
We have realized that there is tremendous amount of local capacity in various government agencies where we have experts who would be able to study this, and accordingly, Council has decided to set up a small ministerial committee with membership from the Ministry of Science and Technology, because 1 or 2 of their agencies have expertise with respect to this kind of phenomena, and then the Ministry of Works and Housing, then the Ministry of Solid Mines and Solid Mineral Development, and of course the FCT.
As investigations continue to ascertain the real cause of the quake, it is believed that proper monitoring will be a big step towards assuaging fears and perhaps saving lives.